So, recent developments. You were the Strikeforce middleweight title holder. Now, what's going on with that?
Well, I decided to vacate my belt. Basically, everyone knows I've been out of action in the cage for the last 17 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like the right thing to do, the honorable thing to do, is to vacate the belt so the top competitors in the Strikeforce middleweight division could compete for the actual belt, not the interim belt, because I don't feel that it's right for me to be doing movies while everyone's waiting around or fighting for an interim belt.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason I sat down with my promoter, Scott Coker, and we worked it out.
Yeah, I wanted to know what was that struggle like in your head? You know, was it a hard decision?
It was a very difficult decision. You know, I've been fighting and competing in martial arts since 1994, turned pro in 1998. I've been with Scott Coker since 1998 when I signed with him, and he put me on ESPN2 on Strikeforce Kickboxing and made me fight for titles and super fights, and then also went over to K1 in Vegas, K1 USA with him to do super fights. And then when he opened up the mixed martial arts Strikeforce division, I was part of his first show, and my last show with him was against Frank Shamrock. Just because I vacated the belt does not mean that I'm retiring. I plan to come back early next year, and I just wanted to finish out this year with everything that's going on with me in the last year and a half. Been able to do movies at the same time fight, and as the parts get bigger and the roles get more demanding, I came to that fork in the road and basically had to make a decision, and my decision right now is just to strike while the iron's hot and do the best I could do in the world of entertainment, movies and stuff.
Well, I will admit, I'm more of an MMA fan than I am a movie fan, so I'm glad that you're going to come back. But I did take a look at the trailer for the movie that is coming out September 25th, I think, Pandorum, and wow, that looks good. Can you tell me about the movie?
Well, basically, the movie starts in this massive spaceship, which, like a lot of people, they're like the 2-minute trailer talks about there's 60,000 people, 500 years. Basically, it's like a Noah's Ark going into, locate a livable planet, and along the way, 60,000 people. It's not like Star Trek where you can fly from one solar system to another in light speed. This is reality. They're trying to make it as real as possible. So to get from point A to point B, it takes time. So basically, they have every nationality on the ship in sleep chambers that will keep them young or the same age, and basically healthy. So when they do get there, they wake everyone up, and the rebuilding begins.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere along the line during that time frame, people start waking up, and the 2 crew member that happens to wake up and felt like they were alone on the ship, Dennis Quaid and Ben Foster, and when they wake up, basically they think they're alone, but they don't remember anything what they're supposed to do because they've been asleep so long. And so Dennis Quaid is in the room guiding Ben Foster through the vents, and then along the way, Ben Foster, noticed, there's other people, there's craziness going on, and I save him in my opening scene when I get introduced, and we team up, and we explore the ship.
Well, I watched the trailer, and I saw a look on your face of absolute pain. Now, that takes some acting skills, of course. You've got your mixed martial arts skills. Did you do some sort of training like you do for mixed martial arts? Did you train to be in movies?
I've been taking acting lessons since 1998, and for off and on, but, I've gotten more serious in the last 2 years. I've been working with private acting coaches, and I knew that when I got the part in Pandorum, it was going to be no easy task. Most of my scenes were shared with Ben Foster, and, my manager told me that he'd known Ben Foster since he was 17, and, they call him the scene stiller, as you can see in Alpha Dog and in 310 Yuma. He showed, the show whoever he shared the screen with. And, I didn't want that to happen to me, so I made sure that just even for the audition, I got a chance. I had time to prepare for it. I had a month, and I trained just like I would be training for a fight, morning and night, putting myself on tape, getting with a private acting coach, and doing scene studies. And when I got to the audition, I knocked my audition out of the park, and they cast me for a role that was supposed to be Japanese, but they couldn't find the right Japanese, so they opened it up to all Asian, and I beat out all the top Asian actors that went out for the part. And the director, Christian Albert, told me a lot of people auditioned, from the stars of Mortal Kombat, Robin Shu, to the Asian star in Matrix, Colin, I can't remember his name. I heard they all auditioned for it, and I happened to, run away with that, with the part. And, Christian Albert said that, there was not a close second. So I was excited, and I knew that that was just the beginning of, the hard work, because, now it's go time. Ben Foster is going to be like, I get to go toe-to-toe with Ben Foster, so it was pretty awesome. And, I got to Berlin, and I continued my learning of my character and how I was going to deliver him, and I pulled it out. I made it happen. So.
I think that's awesome. I actually am looking forward to it because it looks terribly scary. The public, we love scary. Now, you mentioned that you have a manager. So that's different, right? I was wondering, as far as mixed martial arts go, normally you have a manager, and then, being in acting, that's totally separate, correct? You can't have just one person.
No, my manager manages me in the entertainment world. With the fight game, I basically work things out with Scott Coker myself. I used to work with Zinc in Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I still do work with them, more for sponsors. I work a little with Matt Walker, but other than that, it's me, my wife Suzanne, and whatever goes down, we sit down as a family and we decide, if it's the best move for the family, best move for my career, and we take it from there. And of course, we kind of put it in the man upstairs' hands, and hopefully, things work out.
Now, you mentioned your wife. Can you tell me more about that, Cung Le? I'd love to know about your family.
I have 2 boys.
Oh.
Cung Michael's 8, and Anthony Ryan's 4. And I got married in August to Suzanne, and she was my rehab therapist before we started dating. And I had a major hamstring injury, and then she was the rehab therapist at Score Clinic, and I met her at Score Clinic, so we became friends, and one thing led to another, and now we're married.
Nice. Thanks to rehab. So when you vacated your belt, okay, I've always wondered this. Even if, say, you had gone in, fought, and lost it, what really happens to the belt? Are you the owner of that belt? Do you keep it at your home or your gym or wherever, or do you actually have to give the belt back?
They make new belts every time.
Yeah.
And,